What if it's the way that you're applying your makeup that's making you look older? In this video, I'm showing you 10 makeup mistakes that you're making that are aging you. I'm going to make up one half of my face with the 10 mistakes, and I'm going to make up the other half of my face the way it should be done to look younger, fresher and brighter. Mistake number one starts with skincare, and I cannot stress enough how important skincare is underneath makeup. Skincare for makeup starts immediately before you're going to apply your makeup. So let's give this a go. So a good skin routine is essential. It will make all the difference to your makeup. This is hyaluronic acid. So the serum is going to go on the good side. What I'm using as a moisturiser, as a base, is my Elemis Pro Collagen Day Cream. I love this. I've said it before, it's like a spa in a jar. I'm going to apply it all over the face because I'd like to think that even on the bad side, you're going to put some moisturiser. Skin prep, eye cream. Eye cream is a lifesaver. The fine lines and wrinkles around the eyes are made even worse if your skin is dehydrated. It's a simple, quick fix. Tiny little amount. And I'm just dabbing it around the eye. And I'm also taking it on the eyelid. I'm not doing it on that because this is your mistake. Next, we have our Factor 50. Don't go out without your Factor 50. It's also a great base under your makeup. If you get a good sunblock that doesn't go white on the skin and doesn't feel too heavy or too oily, it really adds an extra layer of moisturiser. I also get asked the question, when do you apply the primer? It's now. We've got our sun cream on. The primer is the base to the foundation, so it goes on under the foundation. The primer I'm using today is an Il Makiage one. So that's the amount of primer I'm using. I'm only applying it on this side of the face. It just smooths out the skin texture. If you've got any large pores, open pores, it helps to sort of smooth those out, because where you've got your pores, the primer sort of goes in and then forms this layer on top. So when we are applying the foundation afterwards, you have a much smoother finish. You don't get to see the open pores as much. I actually can see myself in the mirror that there's a difference there. And I've not even got my glasses on. When I've got my glasses on, I can see all the imperfections. I can see less imperfections on this side to that side. So mistake number one is all about skin preparation. If you don't prepare your skin correctly, it doesn't matter how much you spend on your foundation and your makeup, it will not go on as nice to prepare your skin. Mistake number two, I do get asked an awful lot how to cover imperfections under the eye, dark circles and eye bags. And of course, we're all turning to the concealer. And this is a Charlotte Tilbury concealer. It is heavy, but I quite like it. We see them on social media. This is the mistake. This is what they do. So they apply and they're wiping the concealer under the eyes. They're going underneath the lashes, it's quite close to the eyes, and they're taking all of that area. And then using the finger, they're dabbing that. It's like polyfiller. If you call it something different where you live, it's what you use to cover the cracks in the walls. That to you from a distance, you may look and go, that actually looks lighter and brighter. But we've taken so much product under the whole of the eye area, we don't need to do that. And I'm going to show you a brilliant little trick now. Brilliant little trick. Okay, Eucerin Aquaphor. This is a great little cheat here. So I'm taking a tiny, tiny amount and I'm just placing it under the eye. Using that same principle of anything light make things look bigger, come forward, anything dark make things recede and go back. And looking at the eye area, we don't want to cover the whole area in one sort of blank canvas. It could just make it look too flat. This area down here, as you can see, that's the area where you've got more of the, I don't know, it's sunken, it's darker, the eye bags. It's that area for me that needs the work. I'm just going to place. Can you see how much product I've got on there compared to that side? Fraction of the amount of product. And now I'm taking a brush and all I'm doing is I'm dabbing it into that hollow area because I want to lift the hollow. I'm not trying to cover the whole of my eye area. I want to just lift the hollow. So you can see I'm just taking it on the corner of my eye there because that's going to brighten the eye area up. I'm not stroking it, I'm just dabbing it on. You don't want to do too much work. You almost just say, apply it, leave it. Just let that settle in itself, and it will. Mistake number 2 is your under eye concealer. Getting too much, getting it too heavy, and getting it too caked. All you're doing is you're just applying it on the area you want to lift, not the whole under the eye. Mistake number 3, now this is about foundation. Now the foundation I'm going to use today is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. The reason being it's a foundation I think that most people can relate to. You'll know what it is. You probably know the consistency. I'm taking the foundation and I'm only putting a little bit, this is the bad side. So what I'm doing here, I'm just applying this, I'm rubbing it in. I'm just doing one half of the face, taking the foundation over the eyes. It's going into the hairline. Lovely. And I'm going to stop at the chin, because of course that's the great mistake, isn't it? Now you can see none of this foundation has gone under that eye area because we've got the concealer there. That may look like a really good coverage. It's a strong coverage. It's covered every imperfection. It's covered the hyperpigmentation marks. And it's a really blank canvas to work on. It's really sort of blanked my face out. For me though, particularly with aging skin, it's very thick, it's very heavy. So I now need to just go and wash my hands. Applying foundation, again on the good side, what I'm using is the foundation brush. I'm using the same foundation. I've just got a bit in the palm of my hand. I don't want to take too much on the brush. I'm just in the centre, just by my nose. What I don't want is it to be too heavy, so I'm flicking it out. So by the time it gets to the edge of my face, there's no harsh lines. Now we've got the concealer around the eyes, so I'm just going to press very, very lightly with the side of the brush, just to make sure that it's blended in. Because what we're looking for is natural, but don't want to look caked. So mistake number 3 is all about the foundation and thinking about not only the product, but the application method. If you apply too much, too heavily with demarcation lines, that is going to age you. It's going to settle in the fine lines. It's going to emphasize your wrinkles. It's just going to make you look so much heavier and older. It drags the face down almost. Apply your foundation lighter. You need less product. Apply it with feathering strokes, so you're not having any demarcation lines, and you will look cleaner, fresher and brighter. Mistake number 4 is all about setting your foundation, the dreaded loose powder. Got some powder here and a powder puff. So when we get our powder and we look like we've been in a flower factory, it does give you that matte look. Yeah, and I think you can start to see it settling in the fine lines. Setting spray. Setting spray is just so much nicer. It still sets your foundation. It makes it last all day. It does stop the shine, but it actually feels lighter. I'm going to have to do it like this to try and not get on the right hand side. I think hopefully we can see at the moment. We're already looking fresher on that side of the face. But can we start to see now what a difference this is making? I look dewy on this side. It looks clean, it looks fresh. So mistake number 4 is too much powder and the wrong type of powder. We don't want to be using a loose powder. When it comes to foundation, what you want to be applying is a setting spray. Bin the powder, go and get yourself a spray. Let's move on now to facial contouring and mistake number 5. And what contouring does is it shapes the face. The contouring there is the darker colour, this one here. Now the mistake that people make with the contouring is going too low. So what they're trying to do is they go in this area here. It does feel very caked on there. It makes your face look drawn and sort of, you know, we want, because it's high cheekbones, but it's just too low and it makes the face look hollow. So let me give you some pointers. If we take a line here from the top of the ear to the corner of the mouth, okay? That line there, nothing should go below that line. If you look here what's happened, how much has gone below that line? We want to also keep it on the outer edges. So we're lifting and we're constantly sweeping up. Here I'm going out to my ear. Can you see I'm almost going horizontal to my ear? So we're just going on that line, yeah? And we're just taking it and we're sweeping upwards, okay? And we're lifting it. So what's happening on that side of the face, we're lifting the face, this side of the face, it's bringing it down, it's bringing it in, and we're almost looking really sullen. When we're applying the blusher, the slightly pinky colour there, the mistake that people make is what I call the clown cheeks. And they put the blob on there. They go, oh, the little apples, isn't it? And they put a little blob of pink on there, or peach or rosy, whatever. We're taking it on the cheekbone and just very gently, again, sweeping up, just to add that little touch of colour. So mistake number 5 is applying your blusher and your contour in the wrong places. Mistake number 6 is neglecting your brows. What I've got is a little Q-tip, little cotton wool bud, and I'm just going into my eyebrows and I'm removing any bits of foundation that may have just collected. This is why we didn't really have foundation on the eyelid. Look at the difference in eyebrows. Left one, ignored the other. What I have here is an eyebrow pencil. So I've got the brush on one side and with the pencil on the other. So the mistake that people make is when they try and draw in their own eyebrows with a pencil. Now another thing I'm finding here is because I've got some bits of foundation in there, because I didn't clean it out, of course, trying to make the mistake, it isn't going on very well. Now, I'm going to show you something here that I love. This is by L'Oreal. It's called L'Oreal Faux Brow. If you can see, it's like got a 2-pronged applicator. Even though I've cleaned my eyebrows, I'm giving them a good brush backwards and forwards. I can try and do it so you can see. But what you can also do is if you feel that the lines are a little bit strong, you can go over with a brush and it will literally just soften them. We're getting a lift at this side. So mistake number 6 is all about neglecting your eyebrows. Get your eyebrows clean, neat and tidy, and don't forget, if you've got thin eyebrows, find something and create your eyebrows, but don't go drawing them in with a pencil. It's too harsh. Mistake number 7, this is when we're moving on to eyeshadows. Too many glittery shadows, too many sparkly shadows, they just make the eyes look older because they catch in the wrinkles. On the palette that we are doing the bad eye, the mistake eye, this is an Estee Lauder palette, but it is quite glittery. So I've got this sort of goldy colour here. Now I do like these colours, don't get me wrong, I do like them. The next colour I'm going to take, that pinky colour there, I'm just going to put that round the crease line. And I wouldn't be an 80 skill, would I, if I didn't have my black eyeliner. We used to do this, didn't we? But we don't do it anymore. Pull the eye down. You have to remember doing this. And get the eyeliner all under there. And then eyeliner over the top, black eyeliner on the top. And I'm taking the eyeliner all the way in. I'm almost just surrounding the eye. So you see there, I've got a black shadow, but the black shadow's also got a little bit of glitter in it. Let's go for it. We're going to make some mistakes. Let's really make some mistakes. You can actually see how it's fallen on the cheeks. Can you see around there? Let's do the other eye. I'm going to do the same principle, but I'm going to do it the correct way. So the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, apply my primer. Remember, we didn't apply the foundation over the eye, so this is just going to give a nice base. And I'm just taking it slightly underneath, so it just touches the lashes underneath. So when we're applying anything underneath the eye, we've also primed that as well. So this is a Charlotte Tilbury. I'm taking this lightest one here. This is just going to go over the whole of the eye, just to give a really nice base. It's going to open up the eye, something light, so it makes it look bigger. So we're opening up the eye, but there's no glitter, there's no sparkle in there, so we're not falling into any fine lines and wrinkles. And in exactly the same way that I applied a pinky colour, this is my good old MAC again. So I'm just going to apply this one here into the crease. Treated myself here. I've got a Victoria Beckham eyeliner. Rather than take the liner right round the whole of my eye, I'm just taking the outer edge, only about the outer third of my eye on top. I'm almost wanting to coat my lashes, and the bottom, can you see how subtle that is? It's just really to give that depth. So I'm taking the brush with a chocolate brown and I'm smoothing the liner. The liner gives you the depth, but we don't want to see eyeliner. I'm giving a little bit more space with my tissue, just so I can get that brush and stroke those bottom lashes. Very, very subtle. But we can start to see there the difference. So mistake number 7 is your eyeshadow. Mistake number 8 is overdoing your eyeliner. We just need it to be subtle. You want it to frame the eyes, but we don't want to go all the way around. And we only want to keep it on the outer edges. Mistake number 9 is all about the eyelashes. I've got natural lashes. I actually haven't got any lashes. It disappeared somewhere in the past decade. Making your lashes look longer makes your eyes look more open. So I've got mascara here. I'm not saying it's old, but I've not used it for a while. And I'm going to apply this. It's black. And I'm just applying it almost like I see people applying it on the ends. And then they're going to go on the bottom. Let me go to the good eye. This is my Blink mascara. I did a video all about mascaras the other day, tubing mascara versus fibre mascara. Going at the base, giving it a wiggle, and then we're placing the mascara against every lash. I'm taking my time. This is the good eye. I'm doing it right. That's the bad eye. We just put on a little bit of mascara and we don't really take the time or the care, so we make mistakes. I'm just separating the bottom lashes. I'm not really applying much. I'm just separating. The mascara's on. Let me know what springs to mind. Let me know in the comments what thoughts you have. Got one last thing to do, haven't we? And that's lipstick. So mistake number 10, this is down to lips. Now I've got 2 of the same brand lipsticks. These are both Maybelline lipsticks. I quite like the Maybelline, but I'm going to show you the difference in the both. So the mistake side, what we do is put lipstick on like that. We may even roll our lips a little bit. When you apply it like that, you've no control where it goes. And even though I'm not a smoker, I've never been a smoker, we still get these vertical lines as we age. And the lipstick will gradually through the day start bleeding up into those fine lines. Not only that, I've used a very strong colour here. It's aging. When you use strong, bright colours, red in particular, it's a very aging colour. So let's go on to the good side then. And what I'm going to do is use a pencil first of all. And I'm just going to define the lip shape. Okay, I'm just going to feather it up. Fill in very gently. The reason we fill in with a lip liner is lip liner is a waxy consistency, so it stays a lot longer on the lips. You'll know yourself if ever you've put lip liner on and then filled it with lipstick, the lipstick wears off, but the lip liner is still there. It's a waxy consistency. So if we paint the lip liner over the lip, we know it's going to last longer, and then whatever lipstick goes on top, if that starts to wear off, we have a base underneath. It just lasts so much longer. Now when we apply our lipstick, again this is a Maybelline lipstick, I'm just taking it on the edge there with a lip brush. Lipstick is the one with the lip liner, and the brush has just got more definition. I'm using a warmer colour. I did actually have a question while it comes to mind. Someone was asking me about what colour lipsticks for teeth, because when the teeth are very yellow, really important point this. If you use the peachy, corally shades, it will make your teeth look yellower. If you use the cooler shades, the things with blue undertones to them, so it's not the orangey red, it's the purpley reds and pinks, they will make your teeth look whiter. But on a much more exciting note, I've been sent to me a teeth whitening kit. Not just any old teeth whitening kit. This is an all singing, all dancing teeth whitening kit for me to trial. So watch this space. When that gets here, I will be doing that and showing you the before and after of my teeth. But they will look whiter when you've got bluey tone lipstick on. So there we have. Oh, let's have a look. 10 makeup mistakes. How many of those mistakes do you make? Let me know in the comments if you make any of those mistakes. Let me know which ones you're going to do differently, what you're going to try differently. Don't forget, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe. I hope you found that useful. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. We've got some really exciting things coming. Watch this space. Bye bye.